So apparently, I had to do this video live because I've been trying to email this video for over an hour and it's not being successful. I hope this is successful. I want to get right into the questions at hand for this assignment and kind of just float it from there. So first of all, in reference to speaking about family, you know, with these questions that we were asked to ask three individuals. I chose three individuals, one based off social economic, the other based off of their racial ethnicity, and the other was for their language difference here in America. Um, the first one I will speak about, Carla, she is a middle, very high middle to upper class individual as far as her monies go. She has no children, she has no husband, and that allows her to take in a lot of dough if I have to. She spoke about her mother and father being in her household as growing up, and it was more so of the mom cooking and cleaning, and the father, being the provider in her household. And she was never able to really see him because he worked a lot. And she didn't have many relatives outside of the family, but the few that she did were also business owned family members. Um, she also spoke about holidays and rituals. In Haiti, they are very big about their traditions and holidays, and they just get together and feast and eat and, you know, celebrate one another. And so she does celebrate all the holidays that are here in America, as well as the ones that are in Haiti because she is from Haiti. She speaks Creole, which is a dialect of French. And when she moved here in the States in middle school, if I'm not mistaken, she said yes. She only knew Creole and not English. It was very difficult for her. However, she became very great at it. She also explained to me that she doesn't like the system. The system is set up to fail people who are all in the right, in a sense. It's on the rules and laws are made up in her head according to criminals. So she does not agree with that. And that was pretty much our conversation. But she is a middle to high class person when it comes down to monies, and she knows how to save money, so that makes her even more um, high middle, upper class. I also spoke to another person who is mixed race. Her mother is African American. Her father is Caucasian. She doesn't take to her Caucasian family because unfortunately they don't accept her. Um, she states that her grandmother didn't even come to her wedding because she is not black, and I mean she's not Caucasian, etc., etc. Um, English is her only language. Um, she doesn't think that's right because love is love, and it shouldn't be tied to the color of your skin. She also obviously lived with a single parent. Well, not obviously, but she did live with a single parent her whole life, which was her mom. Her dad did leave when she was younger. Um, so but her family now, her own little family, is only her husband, herself. She is a stay-at-home mom. She cooks and cleans, and she helps with all of the kids' activities. Her husband is the provider in her household. So she has now what she would have loved back in those days. She celebrates all the holidays. Those are the best times of her life, she explains to me. And she also agreed about the law, where she's never been in trouble. However, something as simple as a speeding ticket or something, it's always set up to kind of bite us people that don't do the wrong things. So that was my conversation with her, but it was interesting to see how she is not liked compared to some of her siblings by her Caucasian side of the family. And how is that her her fault? Her dad chose who he loved. Um, Moving on to my last person, it was a guy, and he lived until he was 11 years old in Haiti with a single mother, who took care of him. So she fulfilled all of the jobs in the house. So he didn't know what it was like to live with a mother and a father. However, when he moved here in the States, he was able to experience that, which the problem was his father never spent time and always worked, and the stepmom did all of the house stuff. Until now, she is still a stay-at-home mom over 20 something years now. She doesn't like it, by the way. And his family doesn't celebrate holidays. They don't believe in pagan holidays. And he is now fully speaking English, but when he moved here, he was not speaking English, and that was difficult because they only speak Creole in the house, and he only spoke English at school, so that was a very difficult situation. He does not have a lot of family members here, well, none actually. Most of them are in Haiti, so there's no influence there on the family. As far as the system, he too believed the same thing. Never been in trouble, but always penalized for doing the right things. My point of view is, I'm sorry guys, I'm at work on break, and that was the bell. Anyway, my point of view as far as family, household, my grandmother was a single grandmother who took care of my sister and myself. My mom and dad were not in the picture. Funny enough, I do take care of them at this point in my life. How ironic is that? But I do provide in my household a mother and a father for all my children. And we are close knit, and we are raising our beautiful king and queens to be. As far as having outside family, I don't have much. Very, like, on one hand I can count. But that is what it is. As far as the language goes, my husband does speak Creole. However, I speak English, and that is always speak in my house at this point. As far as holidays go, I do not celebrate holidays. I also believe that you wake up every day, you're able to try it again. Whenever you get a good report card, whenever you just feel like it because you worked hard, treat and reward yourself at that time. I believe in family. We get together whenever we can and time permits. So that I'm very big on that, and we just have to kind of work it from there. I absolutely love my family, but we get together when we can. As far as the system goes, I too believe that the system is not set up for people that do the right things, because we're not in trouble. They make laws and everything in the system based off of hiccups and mistakes, and for whoever who's broken the laws or rules. So I truly believe that as well. I'm so happy to have been able to speak to someone of a different tax bracket, if you will, and see the difference in the things that they go through. I was able to speak to someone of a different racial background and to see and hear some of the examples of things that she goes through. I also am lucky to have been able to speak to someone and their experiences about the different language barriers that they experience coming from another country to here. This was a beautiful assignment. I wish you all the best, that you guys succeed in all that you do. Thank you for listening. You guys have a wonderful day and weekend and the rest of the semesters to come. Ciao. Dominique Thomas.